Welcome back to the Kokopelli Connection podcast, where we talk about the people, community, and lifestyle here on the Western Slope. Today, we're joined with Grand Valley Youth Cycling. This is a mountain bike program for the youth here in the Grand Valley. We talk about the program, how it builds discipline, teamwork, resilience, and the local impact that it has on families. Let's see what some of these young shredders have to say. Let's jump in. Dave, thanks for joining us today. This is our first episode in our new space, so thank you for being this episode. Tell us who you are and who you're with.
I appreciate the opportunity, and what a nice spot. Really cool. Thank you.
Thanks.
My name's Dave. I'm the executive director for Grand Valley Youth Cycling. We're a 501c3 nonprofit organization here in the Grand Valley of Western Colorado.
Also known as GVYC.
Also known as
Yep.
GVYC because it's kind of a long name otherwise. We offer mountain bike programming and coaching for youth. We're located in the Grand Valley of Western Colorado, which is a real epicenter for mountain biking. We have incredible trails, and it's a great place for our local kids to learn to ride and develop lifelong skills that are healthy and fun and challenging and can take them wherever they want to go. You know, mountain biking is an amazing platform for self-discovery and challenging yourself and staying fit, and you can turn out to be a racer or somebody that rides casually on the weekends, and we support all those different levels.
I have to ask you, because I know you came prepared, what is GVYC's mission?
Our mission, if I read my little statement because I can never remember it, is to develop an inclusive and active mountain biking community for youth riders of all abilities and interests here in the Grand Valley. And we do that through a bunch of different kind of core values. Fun, teamwork, passion, community, and positivity are kind of our guideposts as we develop our programming and operate.
And what age can kids start riding with GVYC?
Well, we started out being primarily a high school program, but over the past 15 years, this is our 15th season, we've expanded to include middle schoolers, and now we're offering programming as young as 8-year-olds for our Enduro program, 8 to 10. So
Nice.
yeah, we've got some a wide range of participants, and yeah, it's really fun to see all the kids out on bikes, and they are amazing riders.
Good. Tell us about how you got involved with GVYC and what your role is and how long you've been in that role.
I started with GVYC as the executive director in May of last year, 2025. I've been a volunteer with GVYC since pretty much the beginning. I was pretty involved in the mountain biking scene here in the Grand Valley. I started the Grand Junction off-road mountain bike event in 2012, and as I was working on that effort, a group came to me talking about building a youth mountain biking program. This is in 2011, and yeah, I've been volunteering off and on throughout those years. Both of my daughters went through the program and raced at the high school league, and subsequently are much faster than me, even though this is my 44th year riding mountain bikes. I grew up in Durango, so mountain bikes have been part of my entire life.
So speaking of Durango, I know they have a Devo team and Crested Butte has a Devo team. Tell us, what is the difference between a Devo team and Grand Valley Youth Cycling?
So a Devo team typically is focused on racing as their primary focus. And Durango Devo started that way, but then kind of shift their focus but didn't shift their name. Durango Devo offers programming from, I think, as young as 2 or 3 all the way up through high school, and even offers some adult programming. The Crested Butte program is more focused on racing. They have a high school race program for both gravity and cross country. There's another big program in Boulder Junior Cycling. They offer a variety of different programs as well, but are more focused towards racing. So generally, the term Devo is for development or racing development. So GVYC also started with a focus on high school, supporting Colorado high school league teams that we started here in the Grand Valley. But we've really branched out and understand and use as a guiding light that mountain biking can be all kinds of things, and it's whatever our participants want it to be. So if they want to be working towards being a high-class racer, we have those opportunities and the training resources and the experience to help support them in that effort. But if they just want to ride their bikes with friends or whatever they want to do, we also try and meet them in that level too.
As a fairly new director, what are some of your goals with GVYC? Where do you see it going?
I'm working to expand and support the inclusivity of our organization. We have a small group of female riders, and I'd like to see that become a larger component of our programming. So we're working to recruit and make it more accessible and also more appealing to just a wider spectrum of people. We're also working to make it the barriers to entry a little lower so that more families in the Grand Valley can participate in GVYC. We've got a scholarship program. We've got some loaner bikes. And so we're trying to bring in as many kids that want to ride as possible. You know, the organization's been around for 15 years, and it stands on the shoulders of some amazing leaders. Melissa Pipkin was in the executive director position for a long time and really helped get the organization going and ran it through the early growth phases. John Casson took over a couple years ago and took the organization and started to modernize it, do a lot of internal development work. And when I came in, I wanted to kind of build on that and take the organization to the point where we could be a high-functioning, very efficient and effective organization that allows for longevity and just a legacy that will last for generations, hopefully. And part of that includes, we're revamping our new website, just launching that right now, a better registration process. We're doing internal development to try and bring in a staff of coaches instead of kind of relying on volunteer coaches and finding coaches every season. We're trying to grow a group of coaches that will be there for years and also can teach a variety of different programs. We've got an amazing cycling program at Colorado Mesa University, our local college in town, and it'd be cool to have an opportunity to recruit riders and graduates out of that program to become our core coaching staff.
Hint, hint, right?
Yeah, I think we need to do some things on our side. We need to become a robust enough organization that we have the revenues to pay for our coaches in a way that they deserve and that we want them to be, so they have real professional opportunities to live here and work here. We're working on trying to add benefits and other kind of opportunities for our coaches so that it is something that is appealing and can become a real priority in their lives.
So speaking of funding, with GVYC being a nonprofit, where and how do you get your funding, and what is that funding used for?
GVYC undergoes our endeavors in a bunch of different efforts. We have an amazing development committee that has really stepped up our game in the past year, and that's kind of the platform that we're standing on to do some new efforts. We have community sponsors. We have a great crew of sponsors, businesses in the valley that help subsidize programming and help build a foundation that we can really do cool stuff with. We also have fundraising campaigns. We participated in the Youth Sports Giving Day, which is part of the Colorado Gives effort. And that was a very successful program last year. And we applied and received a couple grants last year, and so we'll be continuing to expand that effort. So As a nonprofit, we try and be lean and efficient, so that as much as possible we can direct our revenues towards program activities. But I think we also have to understand that to do that over the long term, we need to build the infrastructure and the staff to manage the organization effectively. And so some of the money that we raise, we're directing towards making sure that GVYC is around forever. I think for a long time, like a lot of nonprofits, it was kind of how much money can we find in behind the couch cushions, and who can we get to volunteer to do this next week? And that's a great way to get an organization started. But we're now, like I said, in our 15th season. We have an opportunity to really grow in exciting new ways, and that requires getting good people around and making sure that they can stick around, and some expertise to do the things that a good, effective organization does.
Tell us about the big purchase you just made with some of those fundraising dollars.
Yeah, so in 2023, we leased a van to try and see what transportation, 2024. 25, we leased a bigger van and a trailer to see what, like I said, transportation could do for the organization. And we got a grant this end of the last year from the Sessions Family Fund to help in the purchase of a used 15-passenger van and a 15-bike trailer.
Nice.
Which we're really excited about. We see this as an opportunity to really expand our inclusivity. We can help riders get to practices. We can help riders get to events. We can go ride an expanded set of trails and trail systems. And it also gives us a platform for engaging with the community. A van has a lot of real estate on it.
Yep.
And so we're looking to cover it with some logos of sponsors and community awareness kind of efforts. And so when it's parked at a trailhead, you can see, oh, GVYC, I heard about them. Yeah. Well, I wonder if little Timmy would be interested in that. We don't have a location. We don't have a storefront or business office space. So having a van is a first step in that direction.
Okay. So before we get off the sponsorship topic, if someone wants to be a sponsor, how do they go about that? And kind of tell us what that looks like.
We have a variety of different levels for sponsors, and you can sign up through the website directly. Our website is grandvalleymtb.org. And sponsorship is something that, as an organization, we've struggled with over I'd say, the past 8 or 9 years, and then recently we've started getting a little bit better at it. And this last year, we've really improved things, and we're starting the 2026 season off with a great group of sponsors. State Farm, Sean Brummel's came in at the Kokopelli level and actually did a 3-year deal with us, so that gives us an amazing longevity opportunity. Doll Built Homes and Dufford Waldeck and Veritas Law, and then TEP Rocky Mountain and Burton Orthodontics just came in as sponsors this year as well. Last year, we also had the Bike Shop, Primary Care Partners, Grand Valley Imaging Associates, Logic Wealth Strategies, Taco Party, one of my favorite places to get food, the Colorado West Emergency Physicians, which seems like they have some vested interest in our programs. Grand Junction has been an amazing sponsor. I got to highlight them real quickly. They offer us a really unique opportunity. So we frequently get a call saying, hey, I've got a bike or a set of pedals that I don't need. Would you like them? And we don't have a location. We don't have a storage place. So although we want the stuff, or even more the money that we could generate from that, we haven't had a place to store that. And so now what we can do is we tell people that they can drop by Gear Junction, drop off their stuff there, and list it under our name, under Grand Valley Youth Cycling, and we get all the proceeds for it. So
that's cool.
Gear Junction is set up as a retail location. They also have storage. So it's a great kind of win-win situation.
Yeah.
They store the gear for us until it sells, and they have lots of customers coming through buying stuff, and we get 100% of the proceeds. They don't take any commission. So that
Oh, nice.
is a really cool opportunity. And not only that, they also come out and support our season startup events and do bike checks. And yeah, Grand Junction is rad. We also get great support from Naked Bike Works and Networks Unlimited, and the Grand Junction High School Booster Club even chipped in money last year, which is super cool. Quicker Racks gave us some mountain bike racks to
Nice.
use. So we've got some great community support, and man, it makes all the difference. That's how this organization works.
So if there is someone out there that wants to be a part of GVYC, but they're not a very strong rider, can they still join? What are the skill levels? What does GVYC look like? I mean, don't tell us about the day-to-day because we'll have those guys tell us.
Yeah.
But what is GVYC made of?
Yeah, so GVYC is it's a platform for support and fun and learning some skills. Those skills can be like the very basics. If if somebody's interested in learning more and wants to try out mountain biking, hasn't really done that much, they can come into one of our ride programs and really build confidence, have a fun time, meet some other kids their age that ride, and do it in a safe, supported, coached environment. If somebody has more experience and they want to kind of challenge themselves, we also have that opportunity. We have some pretty skilled riders on the couch here today, and I'm excited to hear their experience of what GVYC is like. But again, it's really an open book. You don't have to be an amazing mountain biker. You don't even have to have much experience with mountain biking at all. Probably works best if you know how to ride a bike at the very basic level. But we'll put you in an environment where you start to develop skills, you get more comfortable, you thrive under all the other people riding around with you. You watch other people clear a rock feature, and you're like, oh, maybe I can do that. So kind of a positive peer pressure situation.
Good. Well, I would like to sit and ask some of these kids some of their perspective on GVYC.
Perfect.
Is there anything else you want to add about?
I just want to point out that the registration for all of our programming is now up on our brand new website, grandvalleymtb.org. And we got lots of information on there about what programs are like, when they start, how much they cost. And so, I invite people to check that out. If they have any questions, they're welcome to reach out to us. We have an easy-to-use contact form on the website, or you can email me directly at director@grandvalleymtb.org.
Is that the same place someone would go if they wanted to coach?
It is, yeah. If you wanted to sponsor, if you wanted to coach, if you wanted to volunteer, we also have volunteer opportunities throughout the year. All those are available with lots of information about them on the website.
Great. Thank you,
so
Dave.
much.
Yeah.
Let's hear what the kids say about riding.
Yes. Thank you guys for being here today. Tell me who you are, where you go to school, and what team you are on for GVYC.
I'm Alma, and I go to Grand Junction High School, and I'm just on the high school cross-country race team.
Okay.
I'm Leah. I also go to Grand Junction. I'm on the high school XC race team.
Okay, I'm Winslow. I go to Fruita Monument High School, and I ride for the GVYC Enduro team.
Okay.
I'm Colin, and I go to Redlands, and I ride for the Enduro team.
I'm Morgan, and I go to Wingate, and I don't know what team I ride for.
You're going to ride on the Enduro team this year.
I am.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep. So what is your favorite thing about GVYC?
I really like how it just opens up a lot of opportunities for me to go to races and practices and places I wouldn't go if it wasn't for GVYC, and I get to meet a lot of really cool people doing it, and I have a lot of fun.
Okay.
I like the community. I feel like I've met some really fun people, and like it's fun to be around people of the same interests and goals as you and have the same kind of level of drive and motivation to ride.
I think I just really appreciate all the girls that I've met. I think that mountain biking, there's not necessarily a large community of female riders that stick with it. They start when they're young, but they don't necessarily continue with it. And I think that at GVYC, I've just met a lot of like some of my best friends, and some of them are away at college now, but I've just had a lot of fun meeting people who like to do the same thing as me, who are just really fun.
So what advice would you give a young girl like Morgan, who's starting in GVYC, and she was a little bit on the fence about continuing?
I think you just need to be excited. I think that sometimes there's a lot of boys in mountain biking, and I think that's a little hard as a girl because there's not too many girls. But I think if you stick with it, you have a lot of fun. And I think that if one girl shows up and other girls see that happening, then more are going to continue to join. Because I know I've kept on the team, and I think that if the girls didn't stick on the team, more girls wouldn't show up because it just wouldn't be as inviting. So if Morgan keeps going on the team, more people will want to ride with her, and then she's going to have all sorts of girlfriends who ride bikes with her.
Yep. Colin, do you want to tell us what your favorite thing about GVYC is?
My favorite part about GVYC is like you can session stuff and you're riding with friends and having fun and motivated.
Good.
I don't know.
Well, like the drums program, what was your favorite thing?
Yeah. Did you like riding with friends? Did you like riding without mom and dad? Did you like riding at
Riding
Powderhorn?
without mom and dad.
Yeah, I think that's an important point. Anybody that's tried to teach their spouse or girlfriend or boyfriend or child how to do a skilled sport like skiing, or in our case, mountain biking, they know it can be pretty challenging. It's hard because you enjoy doing something and you want the other person to enjoy doing something, but unless you're actually a trained coach, it can be very difficult to communicate that. And I know a lot of parents that really like to mountain bike, and their kids don't really like to mountain bike, partly because they got dragged along to go mountain biking with their parents. And I think that GVYC provides an opportunity to instill that love and passion about mountain biking in your children so that you can all ride together later.
Yep.
In fact, my girls are both faster than me now, so I can follow my kids now. And I think largely due to the fact that they did most of their learning and riding with other coaches. Mm-hmm. It's a different dynamic than your own parents.
Yep.
So Morgan, not riding with your parents is pretty cool at first, and then it gets cool when you can ride with them again.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, I didn't really like mountain biking that much until I started GVYC because my mom made me. But then I've kind of realized that it's really good for me, and I've met a lot of people doing it. So I think that's a really important part of it.
Sometimes moms and dads know best.
Yep.
So, go ahead. So when you started GVYC and you didn't really like mountain biking, what was a struggle that you had to overcome? What did you not like doing, but you pushed through and now it's made you a better rider?
I don't think I liked it that much just because I wasn't very good.
Mm-hmm.
But pushing through and like getting skills, it's become like super fun, like the most fun thing I like to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that it's just opened up a lot of things for me to do. And yeah.
Good. So tell me, what does a day look like at GVYC when you guys are training or you're getting ready for a race? Walk me through what that looks like.
I'm sure it's different for the different disciplines like XC and Enduro and the Gravity kids.
Why don't you tell us what it looks like for Enduro?
Okay, so for Enduro, show up at the trailhead, climb up, you'll do some drills and stuff like that, talk about what we're going to do, come down, climb up again, and then, just like we do a lot of sessioning on certain sections of trail. So we'll find something that's like super technical, and we'll do that, and we'll get times and videos, and we can see our videos and check out which lines are faster, and you can kind of build off of each other's knowledge, because you can try out different lines, you can try different, just like different lines, and you can see what other people are doing too. So you can really build off of others, and yeah.
So like a race day or a normal like practice?
Why don't you tell us about a race day, then Alma can tell us about a normal practice.
Okay, so race day, you usually get there like a few hours before your race, but like I like to get there usually in the morning because I like to watch the other races. And you like eat a couple hours before, and then you eat again like an hour before. That way, hopefully you're not throwing up. And just hang out for a while. I think the nerves get pretty bad. But then you like warm up, which for me personally, like that's when I feel the most nerves and like staging. So that's when everyone like lines up and you like where you're going to start in your race depending on how fast you've been in the past. And then like your race starts and like you race, and that's all fun and good. And when you finish, you know, all your friends are there and your family's there to support you. And it's like one of the best feelings personally, because even if you had like the worst race of your life, or you crashed or you threw up or you just were like, wow, that sucked, like there's always the people there to support you, and you just hang out, watch other races, and then there's like awards, and you get to support like everyone who did well, not just on your team, but like sometimes you make friends from other teams. You're like, oh, like I know her and she's really cool and she did really great today. And I think it's just great time to like celebrate everyone. And there's race days, I feel like it's the biggest day to like feel like you're a part of a community because everyone is supporting everyone else.
What's going through your mind when you're racing?
Depends. Sometimes, like, I definitely have my moments where I've considered, like, fake crashing or, like, going into the cactus and be like, oh, well, I guess I have to be done now. But there's also the times where you're just, like, having the most fun and you're like, wow, like, I feel really good right now. I feel really strong. And I just, like, there's nowhere else I'd rather be.
What gets you through those hard times when you feel like you want to, fake crash? How do you get through that?
I just remember, like, it's temporary, and like even when I like hate it, I still love it. Mm-hmm. And you have to look at the bigger picture. Like even if you're on a hill that you hate, you're like, okay, well I'll get to the top in 5 minutes and then I get to go down, or like I get to be done soon and see my friends, and it just like it will get better, like even if it sucks in the moment.
So Alma's graduating senior, and did you race all 4 years?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, a legacy rider, we call that in the Colorado League. And so you've not only been in a lot of races, you've also been on the sidelines, on trail side, cheering a bunch of people. So paint that picture really quickly before you talk about the practices.
I just think it's really cool, the community of it. I think especially as a senior, because I was one of the senior, I guess, quote unquote, team captains. So just kind of trying to like rally the team. I think that I know when I've been racing, it's really motivating when you see all your teammates on the side of a big hill cheering for you. They're cheering loud for you. Even if it's not somebody that you talk to, when everybody's rallied on the side of the trail, it's just super motivating, especially if you're having a hard race. So I just think it's been super cool, especially this year, to be able to kind of rally people to get them to go cheer, and knowing that I can motivate people to do that, because I know how cool it's been for me. I remember my junior year in our race in Fruta, my right knee was injured and it flared up during the race, and I had to finish the race pedaling with one leg.
Oh no.
With my clips, because my knee hurt so bad. And when all my teammates were cheering for me and people came to hug me at the end of the race, I just think it's really cool, and I just think that like it makes the whole scene way more fun when you know you have a community supporting you around you. Mm-hmm. And then for a day in practice, so we have kind of on the cross country race team, we have 2 different practice days. So the first one would be our 2 days of interval practices, or really like our big workout. So we usually get to practice, we all meet, we head up to wherever we're going to be doing intervals or our workout, and our head coach Jeff will tell us, what we're going to be doing for each day, how many of them, how long, how hard we need to be going. We finish them up, we head back to the trailhead, and then we all kind of talk about our goals for the week. We always do our team cheer, and then we head home, and that's 2 days of the week. And then Our other day is our trail practices, and we do a team time trial at the beginning of the year where everybody rides and you get sorted into groups based on your skill level, your speed, all of those things. And you go out with those groups. As for the girls, we have mostly just 2 girls groups, and they're of like the different speeds. Or in other years prior, 2 groups, but this year we just had 1. But we just go out with the girls and we just kind of have fun. That's the day that we like practice sessioning technical stuff like the enduro team I do, more just like a fun day. And then something special that we've been doing this year is we've been doing where the senior captains pick once a week, we pick a rider of the week. And this could come for many reasons. We see a certain rider who sometimes is dogging it in intervals, and we see that they've been really working so hard in intervals that week. Or somebody, I know Leah, she had a really great podium, so she was rider of the week one week. Just somebody who we really thought stood out that week and really deserved to just like see that recognition. And then the other thing we do is we always have kudos that we'll give to people during the week, and Jeff will call on one certain person, but everybody kind of shares like, oh, I think my friend was really working hard this week. I'm really proud of them. And then it just kind of builds off of each other, and I just think it really helps build the community, knowing how much every person is seeing the other person putting in the work each week, and that everybody knows how appreciated they are for it.
And tell us, for those that don't know, what's the difference between cross country and enduro?
So cross country is going to be, there's going to be uphill that's timed and downhill. It's just more like your normal day mountain biking, where there's some ups, there's some downs, there's some flats, all of it. And then enduro, to my knowledge, you climb up the hill and it's not timed, and then you go down it, and that's the section that is timed. So instead of being able to kind of like go slower on the uphill and not have to get timed, you're timed on all of it. And that's like how your performance is based off of.
Gotcha. Okay.
And our cross-country team, high school cross-country team, races in the Colorado League, which is a statewide high school program, kind of like, and it's a team sport, although it's individual team sport, kind of interesting. So like tennis or football or basketball, high schools field teams. There are 4 divisions in the state, and each division has somewhere in the order of 2,000 high school riders.
Wow.
And those 4 divisions meet in 2 different locations, 4 different races a year, during a season, I'm sorry. And then there's a state championship race for the 5th race. So the top racers in each of the divisions get to go to state championships. It is the most positive, fun, incredible environment. They have costume contests and fun themes. Everybody's out on the course cheering for everybody. They're not just cheering for their team or their favorite rider. There's people playing like tubas and weird costumes and all kinds of like pom-poms and fun things, celebrating all the riders going by. And they celebrate the fastest riders, they celebrate the middle speed riders, and the last few riders get huge welcomes back across the finish line. So it's a really supportive, inclusive, and fun environment. And yeah, I think that's something special about the High School Colorado Mountain Biking League.
Good. Colin, do you want to tell us what Gravity Groms was like this past summer?
Or should I do like the middle school?
Sure.
Yeah, because Colin, you rode both, right? You did Gravity Groms, and then you also rode in the middle school ride program. Cool. Tell us a little bit about what you experienced.
So you kind of like wait until everybody got there, and then split up into your kind of small groups, and then go ride and session stuff, and then you come back and go home.
Did the Gravity Groms team just practice, or did they have races?
They race the Powderhorn Flat Out Fridays, and then the enduro team, and that does the youth enduro.
Yeah. So we are lucky in the Grand Valley that we have Powderhorn Mountain Resort, which is a ski area and also in the summer a mountain bike destination. And they hosted a bunch of races, some kind of regional national scale races, and then also some local races. The Flat Out Friday was a local series. They also had beer series.
Yeah, Beers and Gears.
Beers and Gears, yes, which as a youth program, that's always a little challenging as a name, but it was a really fun event series. And so the Gravity Groms participated in that, as did the Enduro team. Yeah.
Beers minus the beers.
Not so many beers for the little guys. Yeah, we made sure that was the case. Focus
Colin-
more on the gears, sorry.
Colin, tell us what your favorite trail is, and tell us what is your least favorite trail and why.
Like, where?
Anywhere.
What's your favorite?
Like in Canada?
Ooh.
Wherever your favorite trail is.
I don't know, probably In-N-Out Burger in Squamish.
And
And then
what's your least favorite trail, and why is it your least favorite?
I don't know.
Likes All Trail?
Do you like doing wrestlers with mom? Not particularly. Am I too slow for you?
Kinda.
I don't know. Rustlers it's quote unquote a beginner trail. It's like a learning trail, but there's lots of little fun features if you kind of, you know, A and B line kind of action. Yeah.
Yeah.
Morgan, what's your favorite trail and your least favorite trail?
Crank It Up
Where's Crank It Up?
in Whistler.
Oh,
Cool.
what's your least favorite trail?
I don't know.
Well,
Because you like them all, or because there's so many you can't pick a name?
I can't pick a name.
Okay.
you want to give the microphone in front?
What?
Pass the microphone down.
Should I do the favorite trail thing?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
No wrong answers.
Yeah. My favorite trail is either Gonzo and Snowmass or DH World Cup in Purgatory. And then my least favorite trail is probably that's hard. It's really hard
Because there's so many, or because you like all trails?
because there's so many. Maybe like Chutes and Ladders at 18 Road.
Oh,
I really
that-
don't like that one.
I do not like that trail.
Why do you
either.
not like that trail?
It's just like boring. Like they could have made it better, but they just made it boring instead.
Okay. Okay.
Chutes and Ladders is out at 18 Road, at the 18 Road Trail System, and it is a trail that was built in the early 2000s, late 90s, and it goes straight up hills and straight back down, and yeah, it's pretty brutal. I think it's a good choice.
I would say my favorite trail is probably Beeline in Whistler. That one's fun, just a lot of flow. And my least favorite is probably Holy Cross out at Lunch Loops because there's just like a lot of parts that I have to walk, and we would do it like in practice, and it was just kind of a struggle. Not super fun. I'm not like really good at tech, so it just was not my thing.
It's a valid answer.
Yeah, it's hard.
Okay. I don't really know what my favorite trail might be. I actually really like Holy Cross. I can't pick a favorite trail. That's like I can't really do that. I think I have a lot of favorite trails. I really like anything at 18 Road, except we come to my least favorite one was the high school race course that we did at 18 Road. That is my least favorite trail that I've ever ridden. It's terrible, which might be bad for publicity, but
No, it's totally okay.
that is my least favorite one. Bad race. You couldn't keep momentum on the trail at all, so that's my reasoning for it.
right.
Gotcha.
I think probably that might be on a lot of people's worst list.
Yeah, I think that might be like a mutual one. A lot of people think that.
It's funny because 18 Road offers some really fun trails.
Yeah, it does.
Joe's Ridge, Zippity Doodah, PBR.
That's a really good one.
PBJ.
PBJ, yeah. But it also has some trails that are not so much fun. I don't know that the race course is actually a trail.
No, I think it was just built for the race.
Yeah. It doesn't get much
And we
riding
had to
there.
ride it.
Yeah.
Alma, since you have the mic, we'll start with you.
Okay.
How do you feel like GVYC has affected you personally? What do you get out of GVYC?
I think that when I started in GVYC, I don't think that I had a lot of confidence in my riding because I just rode with boys whenever. Like, I did bone shakers obviously as a kid, but it was all boys groups, and then me and my like best friend in biking back. It was just the two of us in bone shakers, like in middle school. That's the only people I like had in my groups. But I think that it just brought a community to it, to a sport that might not necessarily have very many girls doing it. I think the other thing that it really taught me was just like pushing through hard things. I think that, well, my freshman year, I didn't do very well. And I mean, I didn't do bad in any sort, but I wasn't doing that well. And then I really put in a lot of work training with one of the coaches, Kristen, over the summer. And I got to Leadville, and it was the hardest race of my life. We started, they pulled us because it was raining. They false started us again, pulled us again. And we got started, and we finally did one lap. And I came through, and I won the race. And I was like, wow, I didn't realize I could do that. And each race would happen, and I was like, wow, I didn't realize that I could do that. Like, I didn't realize that I could really push myself like that. It's because I'd never done it before. And then junior year, I was hurt, and I even realized it even more, where I was like, wow, like, you really can do hard things. So I just think it's like taught me a lot of resilience, taught me a lot of confidence, and just given a really big sense of community.
So do you feel like you have become more confident on the bike and as a person?
Yeah, I think so. I think that mountain biking isn't necessarily the sport that everybody does, especially not for a girl. It's not by any means the cool sport that you would do. And I think that just having a community there builds a lot of confidence, not just on the bike with being able to ride, but having friends that do the same thing who don't think that you're weird for it. They just like take you for who you are. They like it just as much as you do.
For me, I think that GVYC, it's taught me discipline, but it also has taught me that discipline, like, can still be fun in it. Like, sometimes, you get to practice and there's a day where you're like slogging up the hill in intervals and you're just like, wow, like, I really don't feel good. But like, you do it anyway. And then you'll have your days where you're like, wow, I felt great. Like, I pushed really hard. And I think it's taught me that, like, there's going to be good days and there's going to be bad days, but you just keep pushing through, and you just, like, you learn from, like, everything, like, your good and your bad, and it just makes you a stronger person in general. And also, I think, like Alma was saying, like, this sense of community, especially amongst the girls, is really good because, like everyone is just so supportive. And, like, yeah, they're your competition sometimes, but at the end of the day, they're your friends first. And, like, they're going to be there to support you and, like, push you, but also, like, be your biggest cheerleaders. And I think that has really taught me that, like, that kind of community has just been really beneficial for me.
When do you feel like, when you're struggling, and when do you feel like that trying, putting in effort and trying, that it clicked? Like, if you put in effort, you get better outcomes versus just having a bad day and that's what it is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, I think obviously, like, during races is when it really clicks. It's like, oh, like, yeah, I struggled, like, on this hill like a week ago, but now that struggle and that work is really putting in towards this hard hill. And I've seen myself be able to, like, lose, like, people in groups, like, push ahead of them because, like, I'll work really hard. I'm, like, working on my uphill and working on my endurance, and where someone else might not, like, work on that as much, or they might let a bad day get in the way. Like, you just see yourself start to pull ahead because you don't let those bad days stop you.
Good.
Lee is currently in our winter season training program. So she's practicing what she's preaching. She's working hard on the bike. Pretty cool.
Yeah, I agree with Leah. I mean, it's given me a opportunity for growth, and it's a way that I can identify growth. Like, oh, a year ago I wasn't doing that big feature, or I wasn't this fast on that trail. And I think being able to identify that growth is it's a really good feeling. But yeah. Sorry, what was the question? I forgot.
That's okay. That's okay. What do you get out of GVYC? How does it affect you personally?
I mean, some of my best friends I met through GVYC, and I mean, I've just had a lot of opportunity for growth, and I think that it's really good for community building. Like, in the enduro team, we have our own little, like, not that many people do it. It's not like it hasn't been around as long as the cross country team has. So we kind of have our own little niche group of people that we're all really good friends, and we all like have fun, and we talk outside of the team too. But yeah, it's really good for community and identifying like self-growth.
Good. What's your goals this year with GVYC? Or mountain biking in general?
Dang.
Double backflip. No. Mom's saying no double backflip.
Maybe I'd like to win a youth enduro series, and I'd like to win the Flat Out Friday series.
The entire series?
Yeah. For my age group at least. It's kind of far-fetched, but you never know.
Dude, set goals. I love it.
Yeah, exactly.
How'd you do last year in comparison?
Last year I only did one youth enduro series. It was not my best race. And then Flat Out Fridays, I did all of them, and I didn't get a first, but I got like 2 seconds and a couple of thirds, 2 or 3 seconds and a couple of thirds, which was, it's really fun to race like your home trails that you can go and practice at every day. And I also did the Rev Enduro, that was at Powderhorn, and I got 5th in the Rev Enduro, which was really cool, because that's like, you know, it's kind of more of a big deal than Flat Out Friday. So it was really good. It was a really good like opportunity to excel.
So do you have your roadmap laid out to how to get you to first and to win the series?
I've been training a lot this winter, doing a lot of fitness stuff, just riding when other people aren't. Like a lot of the teams from, you know, the mountains, they can't ride. It's all snowed in, but I think we have a really unique landscape here where we could ride year round, which is super fun.
Good. Colin, what's your goals for riding this year or just this season?
Probably to win the Flat Out Friday overall again, and then try and podium as many of the youth enduros as possible.
Okay. Do you feel ready for it, or do you feel like you still have some more training to do?
A little bit of both.
Yeah? What have you done to prepare?
I've done some workouts and stuff like that.
Okay.
We rode together out at 18 Road a couple of weekends ago. There's a big gaggle of kids riding out there, and Colin was fast.
Colin is fast.
Yeah. Both he and Morgan were looking good on bikes and riding strong, and yeah, it was really fun. That was a beautiful day, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Very cool.
Morgan, what's your goal this year?
To get third in the women's rides and vibe thing.
Oh,
Oh, riding vibes, yes. Cool event.
nice. Leah, what's your goal?
I would like to win White Rides and Vibes, like the junior women's category. And then my coach wants me to race JV this upcoming year. as a sophomore, so I'd like to do that. And I don't know if I'll podium on that, but I think trying to get top 10 would be a good goal. And I would also like to just do more races outside of the league, like GoPro games. I'd like to do that again and see if I can podium in like some of those kinds of races.
What do you feel like your current weakness is that you need to work on that in order to make those goals happen?
I get pretty bad pre-race nerves. Usually goes away during the race a little bit, but that, and then also my downhill, I get a little bit scared sometimes. So I'm trying to like push through that and like get better at like not having that mental block affect me too much.
Well, I don't have any more racing to do, so I'm done. I think that after 4 years of it, I put so much into the season that by the end of the season, I'm a little burnt out and I just need a break. So, I mean, I haven't touched my bike in months, so I just think that my goals are just to have fun on the bike, ride some. I'm going to college in Boulder here next August, so I'm really excited to explore the new riding that they have out there. And I think that lunch loops can get old sometimes, and I'm really excited to see the new trails out there and all this, like, the new riding. I know that there's a lot of girls that ride there, so I'm really excited to make new friends who do the same thing as me. I know that Dave's daughter over there, she rides at Boulder, so I'm just excited to meet new people like that too.
Do you foresee any challenges with basically having new home trails?
I don't think any challenges with having new trails. Fitting a bike in a dorm, that I have questions about. Fitting my bike in my dorm, that I have questions about. But I just think I'll be excited. It'll be interesting. It'll be a learning curve, but just like learning new trails. 'Cause we've been riding lunch loops since I was a kid, so it's like the back of my hand. But yeah.
Good. Alma and Leah, can you guys give one piece of advice to a new rider or an upcoming rider such as Morgan that is coming up through GVYC?
I think that my biggest advice is just to stick with it. I know when I first started mountain biking, I didn't really like it very much. I mean, like, I would fake sick to get out of having to go to biking. I was like, I really hated it. But then it started growing on me. I mean, my parents made me stick with it, and I think it was just really important. It's a really good community. People are really nice, and I think that no matter the setbacks, it's just like, it's a really good learning opportunity in a way that not all sports might be. I think that in a sport like a conventional sport like football or something where not everybody's included and not everybody might be as nice, it's just like more of it's not as fun, but it's like just more competitive. I just think that it's different in mountain biking. I think that everybody's included no matter how fast, no matter how slow you are. And I just think everybody's excited to ride, and it's not about who's better, who's worse, who has the nicer bike. It's just more about just having fun riding. So I think just stick with it because it builds a great community and it's a lot of fun.
Good.
Mine's kind of similar to Alma's, but I would say, like, just remember your why, because like any sport and anything in life, like, it's not always going to be fun, but at the same time, it's going to be so amazing. And like for me in middle school, similar to Alma, like I hated it because
you guys are making me not feel as guilty about not liking mountain biking when I first started.
Yeah.
Because like with GVYC, I was again like the only girl, similar to Alma. And it really sucked because all these guys are friends and they're really close, and you're just kind of sitting off to the side and you're like, like when's 7:30 gonna roll around? I want to go home. But then it gets so much better in high school because you find your people, and you find people who have a similar interests and discipline as you. And again, it's not always like going to be the most amazing thing, but when it's good, it's like, it's so much fun, and it makes you just want to go back every single time and ride every single day.
Good.
I want to add something else. The other thing I want to add is we've talked a lot about like finding your community with girls, but I think that the other thing about mountain biking that's just so cool is it's not just a girl sport or just a boy sport in a way that like almost like track where there's both of you and you can all be friends. I know I have a whole bunch of seniors that I've been friends with since I was younger riding that I really enjoy, and they might be like the predominantly boy thing where they are like the boy side of the mountain biking, but I still really appreciate them, and we've all grown together, and they're also just as much part of like my biking community as a lot of my girlfriends are.
Good.
So
Will you give Colin or any upcoming middle school boys a piece of advice?
Pretty similar. Stick with it even if you don't have your best race, or even if you don't like it, honestly. I mean, I didn't like it. I'd rather go, I don't know, play Minecraft or something when I was in 6th grade. But, yeah, it's really, really fun. And it's a good opportunity for, I mean, you can get scholarships for it now. I know, like, Western Colorado University is, like, they have a big mountain biking program, CMU, and I think some of the Denver schools also do.
Yeah, Fort Lewis and also
Yeah.
Durango, and CU also has opportunities for their mountain biking teams.
Yeah, so I think I've talked a lot about opportunity, but it really does open up a lot of opportunities for growth and further opportunities, you know? But, yeah, you just got to stick with it. I think I've ridden with you before. You're really quick. So, yeah, if you stick with it, you have some serious potential.
Yeah, I think Colin's motivation is stronger than a lot of kids starting in mountain biking.
Yeah.
He's all in and fast too. So, gonna be pretty cool to watch him shoot to the stars.
Well, thank you guys. We really appreciate you coming in today, and we wish you the best of luck for your upcoming season. And we'll see you out there.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you for hosting us. This
Yes.
has been really
Yeah.
fun.
Thank you.